he is, and because he makes me look good. All right, in recognition of Mr. Lynn's contribution and the fact that whenever possible he throws a Vince Lombardi quote at you, I'm going to start with a quote from Vince Lombardi. Originally, I was looking for a Chicago Bears quote, but Mr. Bender only gives 1985 stuff, and I couldn't do it. So, the quality of each man's life is the full measure of that man's commitment to excellence and victory. Whether it be football, whether it be business, whether it be politics, or government, whatever have you. Before I begin my speech, I would like to ask all of those members of our audience who have served, are currently serving, or are planning on serving the armed forces to please stand up and be recognized. And helping make our country the greatest on earth. Parents, family, friends, faculty, administration, and school board members, good afternoon. Most importantly, the class of 2014. I'd like to thank you guys for this rather dubious award, being asked to speak. I think it's probably because I was the only one who said yes, but I was going to talk about what I thought was something that was the most interesting thing I could come up with, me. And I realized time's limited and I can only talk about myself forever. Then I thought I'd talk about you guys, but let's face it, you're not that interesting. So, what I decided to do was to give you a little bit of advice on what is, to some of you, a somewhat unexpected day, but a happy day nonetheless. Remember, for many of you, this has been the best and easiest 4 years of your lives. You've had someone home to cook for you, do your laundry, take care of you when you're sick or hurt, kiss the boo-boos. You've had teachers who actually care about you, not me. Teachers who have worked to make sure that you're successful, not only today, but in the next phase of your life. You've had access to the internet when it's not down due to students doing research on YouTube or accessing blocked websites by using a VPN. And with this, you've been always able to keep up what's been happening in your world, right? At least until Facebook was shut down for a while. You knew immediately who was dating, who was fighting, wearing clothes that were really nice or somewhat inappropriate. This was, of course, due up to the last couple of weeks ago when, let's be honest, the dress code was strictly enforced, like prison ward. And students were threatened with being placed in clothing probation or girls shorts down past their knees. Not a pretty sight. And best of all, you were able to comment on anything that's happening around you without any real repercussions. Football players, that means consequences. The drama you guys can make sitting at your school desks astounded me. As you get older, and trust me, we all get older, I don't, but most people seem to get older, you're going to look back at your 4 years in high school, and the good times will be enhanced, and the bad will fade away, or become the funny story you're going to tell your children. If you were in sports, music, drama, or any other extracurriculars, time will allow your contributions to grow dramatically to the point where when you look back on it, you all were the stars of every team you participated on, the lead in every drama production, the soloist in every concert. When telling stories about high school, and you will have become popular, smart, funny, and never really gotten into any real trouble. If you look, I think even our associate principals, Mr. Cleveland at Harvard, look back at high school, I think they were popular. Back when teachers used to like talking to them, and students didn't avoid them. Now, for the advice, whether you're going off to college or technical school, study hard, go to class more than occasionally, realize that professors actually expect you to read what's assigned, that due dates are real, deadlines stay dead, late work is your problem, not theirs, that a 50 on a test is going to stay at 50, there'll be no retakes. Ladies, there'll be nobody there to monitor your clothing, so short shorts and cleavage are up to you to cover up, please. And no matter what, if your mom calls, the professor's not going to change his mind. For those of you who join the workforce, you need to be always on time. You won't get 4 tardies and the detention you may or may not decide to serve. And being late costs you money. Do your best every day. Bosses expect that, and they don't accept excuses for poor work. Notes from your mother for being late. When they tell you you should wear to work, they really expect you to wear it. And last and most importantly, those going into the armed forces, following rules will now become what is expected, and not a choice. And please, never forget, life skills in the military are real and important. Finally, I'd like to remember that when you leave here today as members of the Central High School class of 2014 and begin the next phase of your life, you have 2 simple choices. You can allow yourself to follow someone else's dream, or remember their dreams might become. Make choices that you think will make other people happy. You can do your best to avoid making difficult decisions. Do exactly what is expected of you by your parents and your peers, and simply choose to follow the status quo. Or you can take all of those things you have helped, you've done, and have accomplished this point, and helped to lead to this day, and use it in order to begin to build your own dream, and follow your own path. Your task is not only to achieve your dream, which is difficult enough, but to encourage others to follow their dream, and make choices that lead them down the right path. Remember, success is not always found in how much money you make. Being a teacher, I know this firsthand. In college, I had the choice. I was able to decide between being a teacher and being a billionaire hedge fund manager. Someone told me, teaching is a passion. It's a calling, and I listened to it. I'll never forget it after that. And ladies, while it's nice to marry somebody rich, that's hard to do. It really is. They got money, they have lots of choices. So, don't judge your life and what you have, but instead, look at the positive impact you've made on those around you. Ask yourself, are your family, your friends, your community all better off because of you? As I bring my speech to a close, always remember, #YOLO. For those of you who remember having to use a typewriter to get up to change the channel, this means you only live once. And lastly, I have a quote, because if you heard your speeches, you know they like to do quotes. I have a quote from that great philosopher, Nick Piketty. It says, if you say you won't miss high school, you did high school wrong. Congratulations, graduates. Have a great day.